And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
You're in the middle of this alleyway, or this street. It was probably a main street, but you can only see 10 feet, so it's hard to tell, really. And you can only see 10 feet in front of you. You see a green glow in the distance. What would you like to do?
Charge forwards.
Yeah, surge forwards, plunge into the dark. Well, so Josa, I think I established I was quite scared of this place. But I'm gonna grit my teeth and carry on in a sort of taking point, as I've sort of done that already so far, and it seems to have worked. So Josa and Dave slip forwards and see if they can find anything else up ahead, I think, in this sort of direction.
Okay, cool. You see... Again, these buildings look like not long abandoned, but I'd say recently abandoned. And it's kind of eerie how few people there are around. So far, 0 that aren't trying to kill you.
What happened here? Something really weird. Let's keep going.
What is the debuff on Monty?
I think that was invisibility. I think I went invisible with or.
I think you gave protection, not the other one.
Yeah, I did.
You blessed everyone, and I removed that, but I'm not sure.
Hidden step. I did a hidden step of some description.
Oh, okay. Well, I think unless it's inspiration, but we don't have any bards, so it's not that. So it would basically wear off in the next 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Or
so.
Okay. Cool. But if we remember, we can address it then. So yeah, you advance. You see the glow the green glow in the distance get slightly brighter.
Do you guys think we should carry on? I'm a bit worried about that green glow. Dead people attacking us is not normal.
We got any side streets? Like back here.
Is there not one here?
There's one here.
Yeah.
Let's check that shit out.
All right, let's do that.
You're investigating.
We'll come back and check out the green stuff later.
Okay, so you're investigating the side street. Okay. This one here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You see that it continues, and you see a bunch of crates that look to be storage for some sort of wares, presumably for a shop nearby. And if
smash them to pieces.
You totally can, but also when you want to move your icons, and then I can reveal things accordingly. Because then it's easy to tell the difference between thinking time and moving time.
Open these crates?
Yeah.
Cautiously before smashing them, maybe? Just like a standard lift?
Okay, I'll say it's just a wooden crate. You have the competency to break it, especially 3 of you working together. I'll say...
Everybody get around!
Monty, make a D100 check. So just roll the D100 for me, please. Oh,
good.
Okay. With a 17, what spills out is a series of odd socks. None of them appear to be paired. All of them seem different colors, and all of them seem quite old and unlaundered.
Sweet! I'm going to pick some up.
Okay, you can pick up as many as you would like and add it to your inventory. And you can also make an insight check, please.
Why have I got a feeling that furbolgs eat socks?
Okay, with a 10, you get the impression that some sort of laundromat or dry cleaner threw these away to try to conceal the fact that they have misplaced them for their customers and disposing of the evidence.
Nice.
A city of dishonest traders, I see.
Mm.
You do see.
Maybe that's what that bad feeling I have about this place is.
It's dishonest commerce. That's the vibe.
Shall we push onwards?
Yeah.
I'm going to sort of wait out in the alleyway and make sure we don't just get completely gangbanged from behind.
Okay. So Monty is taking the lead. Is that the idea?
I think I'll take the lead.
Yeah, I'll hang back and let Abe take lead.
Okay. Abe advances. Abe, you come to a T-junction with 2 alleyways leading left and right.
Guys, left or right? Where to?
Left.
What?
Everybody make a perception check.
Just a good way of voting as any.
Okay.
Did you say everybody make a perception?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, wow. Okay, so a 3, an 8, 19 from Monty, and then we're just waiting on... Oh, wow. Okay. So Monty with a 19 and Joseph with the 22. You hear shortly after the smashing of the wooden crate and the yelling of "this way," you hear a scuttling noise, but it's not sharp noises. It's more blunt noises, like about, middle distance from you.
Can we tell the direction with a sweet 22?
Definitely. It's coming from the north.
Do we still go left, guys?
Dave, get over here. Dave comes and curls up next to me.
Absolutely. You can't move Dave, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you can. Good. All right, go for it.
yeah, so she was a bit too far forward, so she's there. Okay, I'm going to say, guys, I don't like the sound of some weird shit coming from the north. What's down that alleyway?
let's find out.
I have no idea. I can't see through the fog.
Whoa.
Abe, as you look to the north, you see the alleyway continues. If you move your icon forward, I can reveal more stuff. There you go. And as you continue, you see another part of the alleyway goes off to the right, slightly wider, and you see the corner of some more crates.
Should we check what's inside the crates, guys, or is it useless?
Smashing time.
Socks.
More socks. Socks.
Yeah, let's smash. Great.
You would
Are
like
we?
to do what?
Do we want to be loud, given that weird noise that Joseph heard from the north?
Socks.
Quiet
Socks.
from the
Yeah,
crate.
Joseph shouts, "Don't smash the crates! The noises might attract them!"
Smash the crates, I say as I smash the crates.
Okay, you smash the crates. So I will say that Zenarai and Monty are probably the ones leading the crate smashing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Zenarai, as you smash the crates, you suddenly see a blur of gray and then feel a hand and fingers closing around your throat, and everyone needs to roll initiative.
Don't.
Crates. Ooh.
I am still over here though, so you guys need to start screaming for help. Otherwise, I'm just going to be
Joseph,
suggestively striking
Zenarai,
Dave.
Monty, I think, did you have your... Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I did not get that. I got 3.
Nice. Oh, you can edit it. Well done. Okay, so is that everyone in the order now? Zenarai, appropriately, you are the first to react to this hand. You now notice a disembodied hand wrapping its fingers around your throat. And I will show you what it looks like this.
Ugh.
That's a hand.
Looks a bit rotty.
It's got a stale vibe to it.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my imp bond thing to speak through my imp mouth to Joser, and I say,
Okay, you make gasping noises.
Joseph just kind of looks around, doesn't really know what the hell's going on.
I instruct the imp, Gahak Palachis, to start shoving Joser down the alleyway.
Oh, okay. Is he invisible though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Joseph
so
lashes out wildly.
no, do an athletics check for the imp,
Hang on.
Zenarai, and then do an athletics check for yourself, Joser.
Okay.
I'm just going to character sheet up.
Oh, goodness. I really hope Gahak Palachis, this tiny flying imp, is going to overpower
be,
Joser. Oh, it'd be strength.
Dexterity?
No, strength.
Strength, okay.
Oh, yeah. You feel this sudden, unseen force push you hard in the direction of the easterly alleyway, and you find yourself flung 10 feet in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, Joseph definitely thinking some ghostly apparition is pushing him. Decides to run the rest of the way and joins you down here.
Okay, cool. That's about where you would get to. Go on, Zenarai.
Yeah.
Is that all my actions, or can I use my dagger to slash at the hand?
Technically, you just spoke. So yeah, you can use your dagger.
Cool, I'll do that. Wielding?
No, wielding just indicates you're holding it at the moment.
Okay.
You want to attack with it, then make sure that your extension is active. Oh no, it's working fine. With a 12, you just hit, doing 3 piercing damage, and you watch the hand just crumple into a, like, crumpled shell of its former hand self, and we are out of combat.
No.
Wow.
Was that it? Was that it? That was what you called me for?
Yes.
It's a fucking hand. Just a hand. Like a ghost pushed me back there.
That's the real issue we should be addressing. Which
The
ghost
ghost.
pushed him?
No, just forget about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, but I'm not happy.
Instruct my imp to fly up and slap him on the back of the head.
You can roll an attack roll for your imp if you want to see if it's successful.
Yeah.
What's your AC, Joseph?
16.
Let's try that one.
Oh, wow, yeah. You feel that this stinging sensation at the back of your head. It doesn't do damage, but you feel like spiked by something.
Yeah, Joseph goes, ah! And tries to slash wildly with his sword.
Okay, make an attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's more of a swatting rather than a...
Yeah, we'll say it's non-lethal damage, but it's fun this way. It's like, I feel like it's like a Scooby-Doo episode where everyone's walking through the mist and just punching each other. With a 15, I feel like that hits the imp, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so basically, with this swatting
The
motion...
imp is invisible, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
but
he
it-
had disadvantage, because he couldn't see anything. Oh, yeah, you're right. You
Oh,
just
yeah, I
rolled
did
normally.
roll
So
twice.
roll again.
Yeah, sorry.
Did I say disadvantage? I can't remember. Anyway,
Yeah, you did, yeah.
with a 15, I think that hits the imp still. So it doesn't die, but it gets like flung against the wall and briefly dazed. So you hear like a thwack gung sound of something hitting the wall.
Does it break its invisibility at all? I like to think that I see it like blink into visibility for a second and then just look at Zenoi like...
Let's check.
Mm-mm.
I think it's only if it attacks. Yeah, I don't think that makes it visible. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
So it attacks or its concentration ends. Yeah.
So it would have to make a concentration save. So do a constitution check for the imp. Yeah, it definitely becomes visible, and you see it hit the wall and look dazed, hovering in midair.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Zenoi.
Well,
Come on, man. What the hell?
I've never done a concentration check for an imp before.
Gehak Village says he's an autonomous being. He does what he wants. Must not like the way you smell, short man.
Yes, that's completely understandable. Well, let's
what would
move
you
on.
guys like
The
to do now?
The ghost might still be around. I got the imp, but not about the ghost. I'm going to stay a lot closer to you guys, though, because I'm still freaked out.
Okay, so Abe went in that direction. That means you see that you basically find the end of the alleyway blocked by a series of, like, wall and masonry collapsed, as if maintaining the building, or the lack of maintenance on the building, has caused it to just collapse and block the alleyway.
Ooh. Let's try and climb it. No, let's not.
You totally
Oh,
can.
indeed.
With a half-decent athletics check, you could, and you can see what's on the other side.
No.
I dare you.
Not for me. Not for me.
Okay.
I
have large feet that will not be able to find purchase.
I can do that. Pretty good athletics.
Okay, do you attempt to, Joseph?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's try here.
Do an athletics check, and while you're doing that, Zenariah, you notice the green glow that you saw in the main street has returned in a slightly smaller form, but you still see a distinct, like, silhouette of green ahead of you. With a 14, you make it over the top of the rubble, and what you see I can describe for you in a second, but I need Zenariah to decide what he wants to do first.
I'm going to plow on, entranced by the green light.
Okay. Ahead of you, you see a black stone, but it's not a stone. It looks to be a person mid-stride turned into black stone somehow. And cracking through the ground around it are these glowing green crevices that are emitting an unpleasant light. Now, let's deal with... Where's Joseph?
Yeah, I would like to stop at the top of the pile and then take a look before I sort of plow on.
I will show you, but I need to select that first. I made an alleyway specifically for this. Okay.
Knowing that we would climb over it.
Yeah, exactly. Here.
Ooh.
All right. So the alleyway you come down is here. Do you see, Jose, your little icon?
Yep.
That's. I'll say you're at the top of the rubble on the left here, so sort of the easternmost side of this area.
Okay, it's loaded now. Okay, I'm gonna say to the guys, there's like an alleyway. There's some shit. We can come back to this, or shall I go and investigate? I don't like the look of it. I'm going back.
We can all join you.
Gets...
I don't like the look of the horrible obelisk of a man over here either.
What?
I'm entranced by the greenness and say nothing.
Okay, you remain entranced.
Senrai's going to do this no matter what we say, so we better do this thing first.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, should we join Senraya before he gets himself killed, guys, with his entranced actions?
Yes, or just after would also be okay.
Who am I moving? Oh, I was moving Abe, sorry. I was meant to be my character. Okay, yeah, let's go and do that. I'm going to walk up then and... Oh, I keep clicking Abe. Why can I move Abe? That's weird.
Yeah.
Don't know why I can move your character. I'm going to walk up and look over Zenowai's shoulder and say, oh, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, you see the same thing. It's a stone that appears to be mostly made up of a small, like, is it a young man or a small man? You don't know, but they're mid-stride and they're turned into black stone and they're cracking the ground beneath them with these green glowing crevices.
I turn to Joser and I say, well, I'm all out of ideas.
Yeah, I don't think we should go anywhere near that green stuff. That doesn't look very safe. You want to, I don't know, send your little shit stain of an imp over, see if he gets electrocuted or something?
Not until you call him by his proper name.
I can't remember what his name is.
I feel like he says it quite regularly.
Fucking Steve or something.
Then he will stay where he is. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I left him against the wall and I hit him in the face with a sword.
Oh yeah, I should clarify. He's on 1 HP.
Oh shit.
No, it's fine.
You have the latches.
Oh, shit.
He's got like a series of blue and black bruises.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of out of context, obviously, if there's like an eerie green glow, and this is the first thing you've seen of it, that looks pretty fucking dangerous. So,
Is there anything live, like a mouse or something, that we can throw to the green things and see if that is what turns them into black stone?
Yeah, there's this weird cat that keeps following us around that we should probably...
Yeah, you can make a survival check, Abe, if you want to determine whether there are rodents nearby.
Okie dokes. Sorry with my survival. Oh, it's not that bad, but I am not very lucky in general. So.
Okay, with a 10, you do a fairly thorough search of the alleyway immediately around you, and you don't see signs of anything resembling an alive rodent at all. No droppings, nothing that indicated that there was one here in the last month or so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Montigan, we throw one of your socks into the green stuff.
Recently acquired odd socks.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, throw a sock at it.
Okay, you throw one of your odd socks at the stone or at the crevices?
The stone.
Okay, you throw
bounce it off the stone into the crevice.
Yeah, you throw it off you throw it at the stone. You're only like, I'd say 10, 15 feet away, so it's a pretty easy throw. It hits the exterior of the stone, slides down on top of one of the crevices, and crumples into a black resembling like an autumn leaf.
Wow,
So,
cool.
Joseph, what was that alleyway like? That alleyway sounds good. Let's go to your alleyway.
Hang out with Grimace. Catch some fish.
Yeah, let's do that.
You can't
Let's do Grimace.
rendezvous with Grimace for a while. It hasn't been a couple of days yet. So you're telling me you go back to the alleyway, or what do you do?
How scary did it look, Joseph? We can all just clamber over and band together as a group of friends.
Yeah, it looked fine. I mean, I didn't see anything down there, no green spooky shit, so we could check it out. I didn't see any obvious interesting things, but, you know, might be able to find some answers.
Weren't there, like, stairs or things like that?
Some what, sorry?
Stairs or something like that?
If there was, I didn't see that.
You did see a number of small stairs leading up to the doorways of various buildings.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't realize that's what that was. Yeah, I mean, some buildings and stuff. Let's go. It's less electric-y stuff, so yeah, come on, let's go.
Cool.
All right.
We haven't checked out down here, have we? But yeah,
We haven't got
catch it on the way back.
Okay, you're going east instead of south.
Yes.
Okay.
Zenariah, are you coming too, or are you still entranced by the murderous green light?
Reluctantly.
I throw up my east side gang sign at Josa as we head east.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
just
just gonna
keep those on
make
back.
sure I'll transition you to the other. So as you crest the top of this pile of rubble in this relatively narrow alleyway, you come down the other side to a fairly wide and generous street. And you see that there are a number of buildings on either side of you. This seems to be a more populous district, more well-to-do than the area you just entered.
I say, I wish I could one day be described as wide and generous like this street.
What? One day.
Well, my friend, you are certainly wide.
One day I will be generous enough. But not today. I must help someone. Is there anyone here? And
Anyone here can wipe
I
me out?
pound forward down the street.
Come back. My hacked Balachus needs healing.
I must be generous. Oh, that is help. I can help. Gahat Balachis. Yes. Helping.
Yeah,
I need to summon a new one.
A new one? Sir, you misunderstand the power of the Gahat Balachus.
I will heal him when I heal you guys. It will be more economical.
I was going to say, you see Gahak just sort of like with one wing flapping slightly less competently than the other, staggering through the air.
I feel bad for Gahak Balachus, and I'm going to turn him into a spider.
Doesn't that require... Oh, no, that's one of his things. Okay, he becomes a spider.
Cool.
With only one leg.
Yeah, just still limping really pathetically.
A spider with several sprained ankles.
Yeah.
Is everyone feeling okay health-wise?
Yep.
I have 75 at the moment, given the plus 15 that you gave us last time.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, I'll wait till I heal us all to heal Gahat Blatches at the moment.
Is that the new Gahak Balachus icon?
Yeah, just pulled it out of nowhere
Whoa.
because of the magic of the stage.
Tight.
Wow.
Gahak Balachus, you look so disgusting.
That was and dragons.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, God, that is horrible. That's horrible.
Tight. I'm going to make him run over to Jozo and chase him around.
That's like swollen mandibles.
Classic state of
I can
the
heal him
mandibles.
a little bit if that helps.
Let's get looting.
I can do a big prayer of healing whenever someone else is sort of healing, but it's a bit OTT right now. But
That's what I meant.
what's up these stairs?
Yeah, I'm in good shape. I'm fine. Maybe we can find some answers and gold in these houses.
Yeah.
Okay, which place do you go into?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
Congregating around this one. So let's head in.
Okay.
Yeah.
North side.
I will show you where that leads. You basically, what you see is...
Excuse me, the spider has a name.
Gahak Balachus.
Yes. Or Spider Bahatchus, as we will call him in spider form.
Spider. Spider badges, spider badges.
Spider badges.
Does whatever a spider badges does. Okay, can he swing from a web? Yes, he can.
Probably
All
not.
right,
He's only got 1 HP.
you walk inside of this door, and it's open. You see a plaque hanging outside, well, more of a wooden sign that says the Green Dragon Inn. And on the inside, you see a bunch of empty tables and a fairly fancy-looking man and a very muscular-looking companion sitting at a long table on the western side. And you see the fancy man raise his head towards you and say, "What? What ho? What is this? Who are you?"
Who are you?
"I am the lord of this city. How dare you speak to me in such a manner?"
Ooh, hello, friend. You are very, very, very opulent.
Okay, make a persuasion check. I want to see how well this compliment goes down. And then Hugo had a comment that sounded kind of similar. Okay, with a 16, before we do that, Hugo, what did you want to say?
I was just going to shout. I was going to say if he's the lord of this town, he's got some answers, but yeah, I can do it.
No, say it. That's good. I would love both of them to happen at the same time.
Okay. If you're the lord of this place, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, thank you. Opulence is what I was going for. And how dare you, small man? I am doing the best I can under the circumstances.
What are these circumstances?
What do you think you've achieved?
As you walk in here, before I do his response, as you walk in here, you feel a weird sense of relief as you set foot within this building. And Gahakt Balach Spider suddenly walks with a more confident scuttle. Everything about you feels energized in a way that you don't understand. And at that moment, you notice the companion, who looks rather dashing, much like this.
He's very dashing.
He stands up and puts his hand on the hilt of his sword as you start insulting the Lord, and looks at you silently and yet broodingly handsomely. And he responds to Joseph by saying, "Oh, sorry, was that the person who he was responding to? Who was the last person that said something?"
Yeah, me. Yeah.
He says,
"What the fuck's going on?"
I mean, I have been usurped. And you see his shoulders kind of slump at this point. All his pomp and circumstance is deflated. And he says, "I've been usurped by not even a man, nothing even resembling a man, a devil. There's no other word for it. They arrived, they ousted us, they killed most of the royal guard. This man, this loyal man, what's your name?" "Greg, sir. Greg is all that remains of the royal guard. How did he survive? I don't know."
How did you survive, Greg?
Answer the question, Greg.
Okay, Abe, make an charisma check.
Charisma.
Okay, with a 10, you don't know how to describe it, but you get this weird feeling from that handsome guy that he's like maybe a cousin of yours or some sort of... He feels similar to you somehow. And you see the Lord continues and he says to Greg, seemingly forgetting you guys, "Oh, this food, Greg, is amazing. How did you do that? Scavenging in this measly peasant inn. How did you manage to achieve it?" And Greg says, I don't know. I mean, I've never been much of a cook, really." And they seem to be having their own conversation.
I'm going to whisper to Abe and say, "This place is racist towards you."
You say that to Abe specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's the Green Dragon.
Oh, I see what you did there. Chromatically racist.
Oh. I mean, that's not the kind of dragon I am, but thank you for caring.
Cultural appropriation, I say, poking.
And you see, actually, the Lord looks over to you with a sudden worried cast to his face and says, "Have you seen the wraiths outside? Are there any around? Are they near us?"
Yeah, loads of them.
Wraiths.
Hey, look, tell me, when did this happen? How long ago did this demon attack the city? Or whatever you call it.
I mean, when did the devil oust us and kill most of the royal guard? Again, he looks kind of guiltily at Greg. It could be 4 weeks ago. I've lost track. We've been running for our lives from the wraiths this entire time.
Is it just you two? No one else survived?
I've seen none others except you the last week or two. There were a few survivors 3 weeks ago, but I haven't regrouped with them since.
This is highly suspicious.
You're highly suspicious.
How dare you? I'm the lord of this city. Ousted, usurped, nearly dead or not, I remain the lord, and you will treat me as such.
I'm the lord of a racist tavern.
I can't vouch for this tavern. It's in the poor side of town. I couldn't possibly vouch for it.
No, well, of course.
Change the name, but it's very complicated. Bureaucracy.
He takes out a long sword with an elaborately gilded hilt and slaps it against the table and says, "I dub thee different name."
That's really unimaginative.
And then he goes back to stuffing his face and says, "Oh well, times being what they are."
Greg, why do you seem familiar? Have I seen you before?
Greg turns towards you and looks at you quizzically and takes a long pause before he says, "Yes, I don't know. I've felt strange the last 4 weeks. Maybe it's because I've been, ousted from my home and lost all of my friends and colleagues, but I've just felt strange." Now, Abe, make a religion check, please. And Monty, please make a perception check. Ooh, 15. Okay, so firstly, Abe, with a 15 religion check, you get a strange... Like, when you use your powers, when you heal someone, or etc., you get a strange feeling of, comfort and happiness. And you get a little bit of that when you're standing near to this Greg character. And that's probably what feels familiar about him. There's a little bit of, you're not sure if he's a paladin or not, but that's the impression you get. And Monty, with a 13, you notice that the Lord is the only one who has a place set for them with a plate and knife and fork and food. It seems Greg has either not eaten or already eaten and tidied up. And the knife and fork that the Lord is eating with look kind of nice, like brass handles, kind of out of keeping with the plebeian decor of this tavern.
I think I know what's going on here. And I nudge to Abe. I go, I think Greg is the best man ever.
An Ubermensch.
I think he's the best man, and that's why the king is friends with him, and that's why we feel so good in here. I think he might be the best man ever. Should we stay with Greg?
You see...
Maybe we can take Greg with us? He seems to be a paladin or a healer of some sort.
I mean, I totally buy into him. I'm all about Team Greg.
Team Greg. All right, you see Greg blushes slightly, and you can tell quite easily at this distance. And he says, "Oh, that's very sweet of you. Are you a furbolg, my good man?"
I am indeed a furbolg. And are you?
No. As you can see, I'm a human, but it is very nice to meet you. Furbolg, do you have names in your culture?
Yes, we do. I am Monty.
Nice to meet you. I'm Greg, as the Lord has described.
Yes. I really like your name. I think it might be the best name ever.
All right, calm down, Monty.
Sounds like
Keep your dick in your pants.
It never stays in there. I'm a furbolg.
You see the Lord pipes up at this point and says, "Oh yes, that's enough. I mean, Greg is great and everything, but I, Edgar, Lord of the Proving Grounds, am probably the person you're looking for. What is it that you're looking for?"
Schmedger.
Okay, I'm going to ignore the Lord for now and just ask Greg, how did you survive the attack and what attacked you? And where is it?
Well, I mean, we know the city far better than the devil that's usurped us and his various wraith minions, so we've been able to elude them simply by knowing, which buildings have a back door that we can connect to an alley to then run further into another residence. It's just been a game of cat and mouse for the last 4 weeks.
Okay, so you could get us to this devil thing without skirting around the dangers, couldn't you?
Make a persuasion check. And I'll say do it with advantage because you feel a certain kinship with this guy. So you get to roll twice. Oh, nice. Okay, he says, yes,
Use my numbers, please.
I could. I wouldn't put the Lord Edgar in danger like that, but I could certainly guide you to the palace. Is that where you wanted to go?
If that is where the devil is, then I guess so, right, guys?
So is that what we're doing? We're trying to kill the devil guy? I guess so. I mean,
We're trying to find a knife.
while we're passing through. I'll say realizing that, this could get us in more danger. I think, and also Josa being very suspicious, or pretty much everybody is quite suspicious of this situation. And just sort of says, we could go and have a look at this devil. I don't suppose you know anything about a knife of any sorts.
Who do you say this to?
The Lord.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. With a 7, he says, I have no idea what you mean. I have daggers, I have swords, I have an entire armory in the castle. What knife are you looking for?
You see, we're not just passing through. We actually are here looking for something in particular. It's we don't know much about it, but it's a special knife to somebody who was it meant a lot to them. So we're desperate to find it, but you don't know anything about that, obviously.
I'm not aware of a knife of any significance within the limits of my city, but I'm sure that now is not the best time to look, as the entire city is taken over by wraiths and all kinds of unmentionables.
Seems like it'd be ways to just find the knife and leave, but I guess we could clear out the devil things as well. Yes.
If we get rid of the devil, could we have a look at your collection of knives and daggers and whatnot, and take whatever we want?
Yes, I mean, if you can fix this whole situation, you can have whatever knife you like.
Can we have Greg?
Well, I mean, my most loyal royal guard, that seems preposterous. Greg, what do you say to this? And Greg says, oh, of course, I couldn't leave my post unless I was released from your service, sir. Ah, yes, I suppose that's true. Well, let's discuss that after you oust the imposer from my throne.
He won't be so loyal after we've spent an evening under the stars of the Furbolg Forest.
And that is a euphemism.
Okay, make a performance check, Monty. And that is a sexual performance check.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
So I roll well.
Oh, natural 1. Okay, roll a d20 to see how bad it is. Okay, with a 10, as you say, under the Furbolg Forest, you manage to get a little bit of spittle on Greg's face with the F sounds, and he sort of is a bit taken aback as he wipes it off his face and says, yes, well, as Edgar says, we should probably deal with this whole situation before we talk about future employment, and he looks very nervous. Things of that nature.
Oh, I'll
Greg
show
is-
you nature, Greg.
Greg is fucking wet for it. I said, Blatches.
You see,
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm done.
You see, Gehacked Bespider says, click, 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 which you interpret as, yeah, he totally wants it.
a high five with a spider Blatches. Gehacked Bespider, sorry. That's better.
I'm sorry I changed the name. It just sounded funnier in the moment. Gehacked
Okay,
Bespider.
everyone knows you guys want it. Let's go and find these devils then. You think there's a route we can get there without too much trouble?
Yes, I mean, if the Lord Edgar gives me leave to guide you, I'm sure I could get you to the throne room with a minimum of issues.
Edgar, what up?
Yes, I suppose I still need to finish the rest of my meal, and there's dessert. There's dessert, right, Greg? And Greg says, oh, yes, it's just behind the counter over there. Yes, I suppose I could spare him until the end of my meal.
You bet there's dessert when Greg's around.
Yeah, you got any of that going spare there, Greg? I could use a little dessert.
I do always prepare an extra portion. Let me check behind the bar. And he goes behind the bar and he pulls out what appears to be an apple crumble.
Oh,
Guys, whatever happens, we are taking Greg with us.
I leave at it.
I mean, fuck the knife. Let's just take Greg and go.
I leap into the apple crumble muzzle first.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
So Greg turns to you and says, when would you like to leave? I mean, the sooner we can take back control of the city, the better.
I turn to Greg and say, Greg, let's get out of here.
He says, oh, okay then. Now seems to be the answer. And
Yes, now, Greg, come on.
we're going to... I just got to select all your icons again. All right. So what you see is that Greg moves silently, swiftly, stealthily down a nearby alleyway, leading you in an entirely different direction to the way that you came. And as he leads you down this new path, you see another green glow ahead of you, much brighter, much more similar in illumination than the one you initially saw. And as he moves forward, you notice more cracks in the ground, more green crevices glowing with light, and these seem much bigger and deeper than the previous crevices that you saw. And Greg says, the situation is worsening. Have you come across any of these?
Yes.
Yeah. They just turn you into black stone, doesn't it? Just.
Yes, about a month ago, after the devil arrived and took over the throne room, we saw strange stones appearing in the place of people all over the city. Some big, some small. And as the stones stood there for days and days, they started to crack the ground underneath them. It was a disturbing sight to see our friends and colleagues become the means by which the city is destroyed. And he looks kind of like a 1,000-yard stare after that.
So after the devil arrived, it didn't happen. There wasn't a great destruction. People sort of tried to stay in the city, but then were slowly turned into these stones, or what?
No, there was a great battle at the castle itself, or at the Lord's manor. There was a great fight to take control of the center of power for the proving grounds. But the rest of the citizenry didn't really notice the shift. We don't know how the devils got in, but they didn't go through the city. And as they remained, assuming all was normal, we noticed that some of them were turned into these stones, and slowly everyone got the idea and ran away or were killed by the wraiths.
I see. Well, let's carry on then.
He leads you further ahead, and he says, we're actually very close. And as you get closer, you see the only thing that manages to show up through the mist more than 10 or so feet is this enormous black rock, kind of like a bigger version of the one you saw outside the outskirts of Orphea. It doesn't resemble a person. This one just looks like a obelisk, and it's much bigger, and the crevices beneath it are much wider. And he says, it's just round this corner, but I don't know how we're going to get past this intersection. The crevices weren't this far-reaching last time I was here. We might have to go round the other way.
I add, my crevice is always far-reaching for you, Greg.
I see.
I'm trying to see how that could be anything other than you talk about your ideas. But I'm not saying it.
In a previous life, I was a geoscientist.
Got it. Geoscientist.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, okay, this way. So he leads you back, now that he realizes that intersection isn't available, and he leads you back to this northern corridor, which appears to be these two buildings closely linked together with wooden causeways above. And he says, okay, I haven't been this way in a while, but it's the only way to get round to the throne room easily.
You go first.
Okay. He goes out ahead and he says, now watch out. We've seen wraiths. We've seen disembodied hands. Who knows what else is out here?
Oh, disembodied hands. We saw that one too.
Yes, it's we've managed to escape a handful of times. No pun intended.
Hopefully we can get a grasp of the situation pretty soon.
You see he has a mild chuckle and says, no, the fate of the city is at hand. I must focus. Damn it, at hand.
Oh, Greg.
I look at
Now it's
Monty
not
and
the
say,
comfort bit.
You go to Monty and say,
So Greg.
I look at Monty and say, you're such a whore.
Yeah, Monty's like giggling like a schoolgirl.
Yeah. Completely flushed. You can't be a whore for the one, guys. You can never be a whore for the one.
Monty has been completely replaced with like an anime furbolg with those massive Japanese eyes.
Little love hearts.
and that little giant sweat droplet on the top. As Greg turns back, trying to hear what you were saying and saying, what? Who's a whore? You notice two wraiths grab him by the shoulders and start trying to like claw his eyes out. Everybody roll initiative.
Greg!
Not Greg, anyone but Greg.
Take me!
Take me instead.
Oh, wow. Another two, actually. That was my previous initiative.
24, I think I was then.
Then we've got, I'm just going to make this order a little clearer. I'll say Joseph's here. Abe and Monty are probably just behind Greg, considering how much Monty idolizes Greg. And then I'll put Dave there, and this looks like a likely situation. Okay, the first to react is Josa. What would Josa like to do as you see the treasured Greg attacked by two wraiths? And just a reminder of what the wraiths look like.
Shock.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Their eyes are yellow
What
coals.
was it that
And
actually harmed them last time? What was it that actually harmed them? I'm actually asking the team. We've encountered these before. What was it that actually
force. My radiant damage was also pretty good.
Magic, basically.
Light damage, magic, and especially light magic.
So Joseph's going to see this happening and say, "Greg, get down!" And try and do like a diving somersault into the middle, so that he just lands right in the fray and just starts attacking.
Okay, I'll say you push Greg to the right and you come in on his left flank. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. Are we on the roof of something, or
no? It's just a view from the top. So if you were a bird, you would see the wooden causeway above you, but in actuality, you're underneath.
Oh, we're underneath there. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, go down. And I'm gonna.
Sounds like yeah. Go on.
I'm gonna sword attack the one on the left.
Okay.
Oh, left. Pia. Pia.
Oh wow, yeah. With a 21, you hit with a 14 and a 21, you hit decisively both times, but you notice that the damage isn't quite what you would expect it to be. Yes.
Greg, did you see me? Greg, did you see?
So that's 11,
you see what I did?
21. Yes, I did. That was very impressive.
Good. I think that's the end of my turn.
Thank you for saving my life. I could have been dead, but let's focus. They're still alive.
You're not dead. You'll never die, Greg.
He hasn't saved your life yet. Just you wait.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll save your life so much harder.
That's excellent. Let's make sure we all survive. Zenarai's turn.
I said, don't listen to them, Greg. The fight is futile. Don't worry, I will knock you out safely with my Eldritch Blast.
And are you targeting him or the wraiths?
Yeah, I fire it at Greg.
Okay.
No,
I'm actually going to.
No, I don't really. I'm only joking. I'll blast the left-hand wraith.
Okay. Yeah, you hit decisively, and you notice it does exactly the damage that you would expect it to, as this wraith is knocked back a good 3 feet.
Yeah.
Does the second one hit?
Yeah, it does. And you're targeting the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts to shake itself off and look at you with its glowing yellow eyes with malice. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I shout, "Who's the Greg now, bitch?"
You hear the wraith say to you,
Yep.
in your direction. Next up is Abe.
I am going to look at Greg and go like, be willing for this. And I am actually going to use one of my spells to protect him from evil and good.
Ooh. Okay, so let's say that looks like that.
What the fuck?
It's protected against certain types
I think
of
I did this
creatures.
before with Monty when he was dying.
Yeah, that's dope.
So he has that now, so we don't need to worry that much about him. And I think that's the end of my turn.
Nice.
I will actually move. I can still move, right?
You 100% can. You can also interact with an object and speak.
No.
Excellent.
Down the Lord.
So I'm going to try and stand as close as I can, which I think Greg isn't right in front of them, so it would be right behind Greg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
that's where you are.
Okay. Then I'll stay there and go, now you're protected, but try to avoid them.
Can I just ask you, where did you touch him when you touched him for that spell?
I obviously touched his crotch because that's my healing technique.
From that you went around the front of him and touched his dick?
No, she...
Yes, I was like, be willing for this! And just touched his crotch.
You stepped
I'm not willing.
You stepped around the front of him and just placed your hand on his crotch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
Oh,
did.
yeah, I just want to get the image in my head, see, make sure I know exactly. It
That's how
wasn't
the
like from
imagination works.
You didn't reach around from underneath.
Yeah, it was just like hands in between his legs and going.
Oh, right, yeah, wicked.
You
Right,
see...
just say the same thing, just like slower.
Far more dominant, I like it.
You see Greg lets out a squealing noise like, I mean, that feels much better. Thank you, Dragonborn. And he trails off.
Paladin.
Wasn't protected for that good.
Okay, that's the end of Abe's turn. Next up is Le Wraith on Le Left. They are going to attack Joseph firstly. So that is going to be...
Before they attack, can I ask you something about my character that I don't know how it works?
Yeah, go for ask.
There's a trait that I have called protection,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know that it's in protection, and I don't know if that is something that I don't quite understand if it's something that I can use while I'm while it's someone else is being attacked. I'm just popping and pasting.
Oh, perfect. While wielding a shield,
There it is.
you can see within 5 feet you can use... Okay, cool. So a reaction is something you can use once per round. And a round is when every single one of you has a turn. That's one round. And then when the next one of you starts again, that's the next round. So once per round, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on someone attacking someone within 5 feet of you. So because Greg is within 5 feet of you, for example, if someone tries to attack him, you can impose disadvantage once per round because your shield is like you push it in front of him so that the other person has a more difficult time to hit them.
Okay, so can I do that for Josa now? Because I have already crotch protected Greg.
That's true. You can 100% protect Josa. So as this wraith is about to attack you, Josa, Abe reaches forward in front of you with their shield and partially blocks your frame.
One hand on Greg's cock, one hand on the shield.
Yes, that's why it's a two-handed person. That's why I need my two hands.
Also,
Two-handed fighting. Two-handed fighting.
also, I think that thing on you, Monty, was that your life had been reduced by that amount. So when the wraith touched you, I think your hit points were reduced by a certain amount.
That rings a bell.
Did you have a note of it
that does make
anywhere?
sense.
It would have been by a certain number, and I probably would have asked you to write it down, but maybe in your notes?
I've got that. I'm 39 out of 46 because my
Oh,
temporary
okay.
max is 39.
Okay, so Joser is the one that had that modification.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
Monty,
yeah.
it probably hasn't happened to you then. Cool.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify. All right, so the Wraith has disadvantage to attack you, and you see they reach out their sort of ghostly hand, and it's gonna be 14. Does a 14 hit Joser?
Nope.
Okay, so they reach out their hand, they glance off the metal shield of Abe, and sort of like start sucking on their fingers as though they're bruised, and they seem very upset about that. Next up
Nice
is
one,
the
Abe.
other Wraith, who's going to try to attack Greg, and that means they are also at a disadvantage because of protection from good and evil, because these are indeed undead. And with an 11, wow, multiple like efficiency use cases from Abe this round. Yeah, an 11 does not even almost, like, they reach out their hand again, and because of this glowing yellow aura around Greg, they get like repelled a bunch of times, and they start sucking their fingers again in pain. So you see these two like wraiths acting like toddlers with a boo-boo.
Pro tanking.
Yeah, real good.
Yay.
Nice. So you see both wraiths go, nice, well done, well done. That is Monty's turn. Although MVP after Abe, I don't know how you can follow this.
Oh!
Finish
I
Greg.
sit there with like my dreams of a happy future are flashing away from my eyes.
Because of my hand on his crotch.
Yeah, I start to feel like a spurned 13-year-old at a dance, just filled with rage.
That was a very specific
and I-
example.
Yeah, I'm just like I've been watching a lot of coming of age movies recently.
Tis the season.
Tis. Do I have line of sight on both of them, or
Yeah,
It looks
because
maybe
they're
like
just
an-
your
yeah,
they're just your
right.
allies in the way, and you've got sufficient aim to avoid them.
okay, sweet. I'm going to go for the right wraith,
Okay.
and I'm going to guiding bolt.
Oh,
Come on.
This has worked
Come
a
on,
grand
baby.
total of like 1 to 2 times, and it has been awesome both
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, but oh my god, when it hits. Okay, let's do this thing. I will hedge my bets and go first level.
Ooh.
Cha!
Oh yes,
Oh, that's good.
hitting
Nice.
definitively the wraith on the right. You said right?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the radiant bolt of light emits from your hands and courses its way through the wraith's form, doing exactly the damage that you would expect it should, and it causes the wraith to glow this bright yellow color, making the next person to attack it have advantage.
You have a choice, Greg. Power or the gentle caress.
Oh, that was amazing. How did you do that?
Damn right it was. I can tell you about it later.
Under the stars.
Yes, please do.
I'll whisper it to you.
Is that the end of your turn, Monty?
I feel like I would take him to my bower. That's what I have. I have a bower.
Much like a bower bird would.
Yes, very true. Yes, that's my turn. Sorry.
Okay. After Monty and Greg's loving exchange, it is Jose's turn.
Yeah, Joseph's seeing that and just thoroughly unimpressed. Decides to try and chop the left one to death with his swords. So let's do that.
Chop away.
Yeah. I reckon Greg's got the one on the way. So attacking. Attack 1. 14.
Okay. With a 14, that hits the creature on the left, doing, again, less than you expect, but still substantial damage. So that happens. And you see the cloth, the spectral cloth part before your short sword. Go on.
So and this one's for Greg.
Oh yeah, that hits much better, doing full damage just because you said Greg.
Sword glows as he strikes him.
It glows with the inspiration of Greg's presence and his musk.
Yeah, so Greg, did you hear me say this one's for Greg?
That was amazing. It did somehow better than the others. I don't understand.
Yeah, it was sick.
Is that the end of Jose's turn?
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Zenarai.
Okay. What am I going to do? I'm going to try and finish off the one on the left with my first bolt.
Okay. It does look less corporeal than the other, but not by much. Oh yeah, with a 20 and 10, it looks like definitely like 90% less corporeal than it was. It looks like its opacity has been reduced to 50. And then with a 21 and 12 force damage from the second Eldritch Blast, how do you want it to meet its doom?
And I shout, I'm ambivalent at best towards Greg.
No, you can say it more grandiosely than that.
No.
Okay, with the statement, at best I am ambivalent towards Greg, it meets its doom dispersing into a bunch of arcane arcs of energy.
And then I flip off Greg.
Greg looks towards you and says, thank you, and I'm sorry?
Yeah, good.
That's
Is that the end of Zenarai's turn?
I telepathically instruct Spider Bahatulas to come and sit on my shoulder.
Okay, he is on your shoulder.
Sweet.
Nice. Next up is Abe.
Okay, I'm going to move over here to still be within the 5 feet thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't turn myself around. And I am there it is. And I'm going to attack with my Mace of Warning.
Oh, nice. Go for it.
And the second time as
Ooh,
well.
look at these rolls.
Wow,
Oh,
huge
yeah.
rolls.
Sick hit rolls.
And I'm missing one, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go. Did that one come through?
Yeah,
Ah!
both hits.
Yay!
You
Got
noticed-
Mace.
You notice the mace glows with the same aura that it does when you go to sleep and you know that it is watching over you. It's kind of an orangey firelight color. And as it glows, you slam into the wraith and watch its form weakened by contact with it.
Sick.
Excellente.
Nice.
And then I'm going to get my shield back on now that I've attacked.
Nice. I think.
So were you
yeah.
holding Greg's stick all the time?
Your what? Sorry.
I think isn't the mace a two-handed weapon?
I
No.
think it's a one-handed.
The mace, I believe, is a one-handed weapon.
Oh, excellent! Then I still had my shield on. That's
Yeah.
fine then.
Totally. Is that the end of Abe's turn?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, we're going to get rid of that wraith, and now it is this wraith's turn. So this wraith is going to, seeing all of you yell encouragingly and somewhat disparagingly at Greg, it's gonna try and attack Greg at disadvantage. Oh, a natural 20 and an 11. It fails to connect with Greg as the yellow glow just repels it, and it looks worryingly at the rest of you and tries to run away. So that means Abe and Josa and Greg get attacks of opportunity.
Sweet.
Come on, Greg,
that
let's
was a
see what
good
you can do.
Woof.
Yay! Greg!
Okay, with a 16, I believe that hits.
Can I shoot with my short bow?
I believe it has to be a melee attack in order for it to be the attack of opportunity. So that means that it takes this much damage. But if you have a special feat, then I think you can use other weapons. But like standard-wise, it's a melee attack. So who else?
No, I've just got
Oh wow! Sorry, Abe got a natural 20 for the attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Nice. I didn't see that. You didn't want to. Oh yeah, totally. 27 with 9 piercing damage. That's huge. So that's gonna be that much. Okay, so as it leaves, it faces this flurry of blows, and as it departs. All right, sweet. As it departs, it looks much less substantial, but it continues to make its way out of the area down one narrow alleyway. So, Monty, you can choose to give chase as it recedes into the mist, or you can take some other kind of action.
I can move and attack, can't I?
You very much can.
Or I will give chase.
Okay.
So I will step up to this aperture.
Yeah, you see it just lurking around a corner near a box, and you can strike at it.
Boy, corner, bruv. And I fire another guiding bolt.
What a little piece of shit. Just ran like 2 meters away and hid around the corner.
Watch out, guys! It's a trap. He's baiting the hand.
Wow, with a 25 and 14 radiant damage, you see this thing look to be on death's door as it glows brightly, giving advantage to the next person who attacks it. Does Monty have other things?
See that, Greg? That's it.
Yes, the glow. It glows with a holy energy.
And then I slap my buttock and go, no, this. As I run in front of it.
Yes, I saw that as well. You're quite sizable.
Damn right.
Okay, next up is Jose's turn. As I try to do, like, innocent flirting for some random NPC. All right, go on. It's Jose's turn.
Jose is absolutely disgusted at how... what's the word? How indelicately you've upped the ante, and realised that he's probably out of this battle. And so, just tutting, he draws his bow and takes aim at the wraith, and I'll try and shoot him in the face, or just anywhere. So, beep and beep.
Yeah, both hit. So that's 4 plus. Yeah. How do you want this wraith to meet its end?
I want it to kind of like, after the first arrow hits, it kind of like looks panicked and then like puts his hand up to try and stop it, and then the arrow like goes through the hand anyway, and it goes like, no.
It does. The second arrow goes through the hand that it puts up protectively and gouges out one of its yellow glowing eyes as it collapses.
Pins it against the wall.
It means you get what?
And pins the eye against the wall.
Well, I mean, the eye was just a glowing bit of yellow energy, but strangely, you see a gold piece fall to the ground with a tink.
Like, snapped it up, obviously, immediately.
You have one gold piece from a wraith's eye.
Sick.
You can put that in your notes section.
Yeah, I will.
Nice. You see Greg says, "That was amazing. You are all truly powerful."
Nah, shut up, Greg.
You'll free us from the tyranny of this devil yet, I'm sure of it.
Man, next time you do something, you big, attractive hunk of Greg.
Oh, yes, I was too scared to act upon that turn.
Shut up!
My greater sense of timing left me.
How quickly we've gone from like what we're trying to get with him to just treat him like shit. Shut up, Greg.
I was like, this is the first time he's being nice to him. Something's up.
Don't you worry. I will regain my focus for the real battle. I shall lead us on. And he like nervously strides out ahead to avoid meeting the eyes of any of you.
Sure, you're right. You do know how to. You do know how to lead us on, Greg.
Okay, so
Greg?
he leads you down that passageway and off to the left. And as you turn left down this narrow alleyway, you notice the building to the right of you is incredibly grand and much more elaborately constructed and designed than the rest of the buildings you've seen so far. But you notice it also is suffering from immense scorch marks, some collapsed roofs, broken in walls. It looks well fucked up. So much so that you don't really need to find a doorway. You can just go in through one of these broken walls. And Greg turns to the rest of you, breathless, and says, "Okay, all right, it's a creature in there, the devil that has taken over this throne room. And the palace at large is nothing to be trifled with. We need a plan. How should we approach this?"
You go first.
I'm the tank. I can go first. That's fine. We can try and keep Greg alive. Imagine Monty if he dies.
Monty. What?
How will you react?
How? So.
You're a tank? What is this tank?
Oh,
I am
Greg.
an ant. You know what I mean when we see the stars.
Oh,
Such a
okay, and Monty, what were you saying?
I was just going to see how everyone was feeling going in here. Is everyone okay? Rested? Ready?
Should we rest before?
Gahak the spider still needs some health points.
Well, no, I think
Health
technically in his new form. Oh, actually, no, it's just a shapeshift. You're right. He would still need HP.
I can heal Spider Lachi.
But actually, the spider is considerably less substantial than the imp, so it's almost like the tiny amount of life force remaining in the imp was just concentrated into the smaller form of the spider.
Makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a poetic explanation for a mathematical transmutation.
Just mounts Dave while everyone's waiting.
Okay, that happens. Greg says, I see.
What, you've never seen a man riding a cat?
Oh,
No,
no.
How are we on spell slots, guys, for facing this big bad devil?
Can I just clarify something? Did you say that the rock, the big rock over here, looks like the one that was outside Orphea?
Yes, a slightly larger version, but very similar in its design.
Oh, I missed that.
You're talking about this one down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other ones you've seen in this city look like people in stone form, whereas this one in the center looks more like a stone.
Okay. I'm going to barge in front of Abe and Greg and come down here and take out the knife and hold it up and see if it does anything.
You see, make a Arcana check. Okay, with a 15, you see that the knife glows with a faint green light. Not quite the same, but a very dim version. And then you need to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, with a 6, you feel the knife pull away from you down towards the ground, and it slips out of your hand, falling directly into the crevice of glowing green light that you were standing beside.
No. My totally non-evil purposes knife. Oh well, fuck it. Somehow, Greg, this is your fault. I will not be helping you.
What happened?
Fuck off, Greg.
Don't worry, I will be much more active in our next battle.
Shut up, Greg.
Anyway, now I'm pissed.
Oh, which direction is it? East.
Well,
Where?
I was just saying, we can go through the palace here where the wall is weakest, but we will be facing the creature quite soon. Should we surround it? Should we try to go carefully, quietly? How did you get this far?
Don't worry, I'll just cast Fireball and it'll be fine.
Oh, that does sound impressive.
Yeah, it's mainly luck and bullshit so far.
Luck and bullshit.
I'm happy to try stealthy. I will remind you folks that I actually got a wonderful cloak since my blundering days. And I'm actually a lot better at it now.
Since my blundering days.
Okay, well, how about then, if you want to do it stealthy? I can, Dave says, how about I slink ahead and try and get a view on stuff, and then we can kind of sneak in around and try and get off a surprise attack that might overwhelm the demon before he knows what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Also, technically, we shouldn't be able to be surprised if we are around my mace of warning.
Oh yeah, it says you can't be surprised. That's true, but you still might want to surprise the creature.
Yeah, but it does say that you and your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical speed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that would mean that the thing that Jose's trying to do to the creature couldn't be done to you, but you can still do
I
it.
see.
You can still do it to someone else.
Okay, awesome. Awesome.
Nice. Okay, so I will show. So Zenarai, Dave and Jose go in alone. Is that the idea, or the rest of you go like a little bit behind?
I think a little bit behind.
A little bit behind, I think,
Yeah.
because Joseph
Okay.
is.
Who's in the middle
no
and
steps.
who's like Dave and Jose can be in the front rank. Who's in the middle and who's at the back?
I'm in the middle.
I'll be in the middle, yeah.
Rear.
Okay. Okay. That works out. All right. Okay, let me just double check. Abe and Zenarai in the middle, Monty and Greg at the back, and the Spider with Zenarai also in the middle. All right. Now I will do a transition, and I want you to imagine the Batman transition as we're doing this. So, da-la-la-la-la. All right. Ready, steady, go.
Classic Christmas film, Batman Returns.
Oh yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay,
Was
so
the
you guys-
outline Gahacta Spider?
Yeah, I would say that is the silhouette of the logo you see in front of your eyes or in your imagination's eye. So this is the site that you see. You see a very elaborately decorated sort of entryway with some velvet-covered seats in a sort of waiting room, but mostly rubble surrounding what used to be passages leading west and east. Dave and Jose, you see the mist doesn't really permeate this area, but you do see that it doesn't permeate this area to the same degree. So you can see more like 15, 30 feet as opposed to the 10, but it's still there in tiny tendrils. So make a stealth check, please, Dave. Sorry, Jose. Dave can, I think, use your stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
17.
Okay. With a 17, you feel pretty stealthy. And as you're standing at the sort of the only viable entrance other than the broken wall that you came through, you see a red glow in the slightly thinner mist ahead of you.
This doesn't look good. Okay, can I? Let's see. So I'm not wanting to get too far ahead of the others. I'll take a few steps back and kind of do like a little team huddle. Say, okay. Looks like there's some red glow instead of the green stuff further ahead to the north. Looks kind of demon-y would be my guess. Do you want me to? I could do a pass without trace. Give us all a bit of stealth so we can get the jump on this fuck.
Sweet.
That's an idea.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do that. Everyone, put your hands in. Say the magic words.
Fuck Greg.
It's weird that we came up with that weeks ago as well. How do we? Okay, so I'll cast that one. Spell slot 2.
Okay, so all of you get a plus 10 to your stealth check. So everybody make a stealth check now. So you can add 10 to your previous one, so that's 27 for Jose.
Nice.
Sweet. I also have advantage.
Nice.
Oh, dope. Okay, so that's a natural 20 plus 10 is 30. Monty, for the first time in your life, you know what it's like to not be noticed in a room. Abe with a
Oh, you mean
27.
physically, yeah.
Abe with a 27, you feel incredibly stealthy. Zenarai with a 22, you manage to cling to the shadows sufficiently that Gahacta Spider has to double take to try to find you.
Yeah, that's it.
And let's do one for Greg, or as I've taken to calling him, Le Greg. With a 13,
Greg, you clumsy piece of shit.
Greg's wearing quite like loud plate armor, and he goes, crick, crick, crick. Oh, we're being quiet, I see.
Greg, stay here.
Yeah, but overall, as a group, you feel pretty stealthy overall.
Okay.
What happens now?
So Joseph does some very complicated hand gestures.
Mm-hmm.
And then sets off straight away, not seeing whether the others have understood.
Okay.
And maybe on the back of Dave, which I can't really move at the same time. So me and Dave are prowling ahead and move into this area into the north.
Okay, as you reach that rough area, you hear a voice, a very sort of raspy voice say, he should be here soon. What do I do with him? And then you hear nothing, and then he says, or it says, oh, okay, whatever you wish, master. What do you do now?
Which direction do I think that sound's coming from?
North, very close north of you.
And what's this in front of me? Like just the ground turns to rubble.
You can make a investigation check.
Okay.
Okay, with a 17, you study the groove of disrupted, very ornate floor beneath you, and you realize that it's caused by something unnatural, almost arcane, like some explosion or some force has carved a groove in the ground in front of you.
Okay. And so this is the limit of my sight, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than outside, but it's still not, like, perfect. But you do hear and feel the breathing of a strange, like, the person or thing that was speaking feels very close to you.
Okay, I'm going to, being as stealthy as possible, try and get even closer to that thing.
Okay, go for it. Show me where you move to.
As it was just here.
Okay, cool. What you see is a strange symbol carved into the ground that's glowing with a red aura. And then on the other side of that symbol, you see an enormous creature made out of bones. And it turns towards you and says, you must be one of the ones. And there was a strange shape in front of the bone creature atop this symbol in the ground that was like a silhouette of the back of a person. But it disappears as soon as the creature speaks to you. And he says, excellent, I was getting impatient. And now everyone needs to roll initiative.
Tight.
Shit.
Better get the fuck out of the way, Joseph. Fireball's coming your way.
Oh, wow.
7.
I forgot about myself to the...
Oh god, mine was 3 my first one. I've had 2, 2, 3. Good.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Sorry.
It's literally the worst I could possibly roll, because if I roll a 1, I get to re.
Oh, nice, with a natural 20, 22 for Abe. But yeah, if you just do what Monty described. Perfect, okay. So that should be everyone. And because, am I correct in remembering that Dave goes on your turn and Gehacked Bespider, how does his work again?
It goes on my turn, and I can choose to give him an attack, basically.
Okay,
Instead
cool.
of mine.
So I'll let you guys handle that. When it comes up to your initiative, just let me know which one you want to do. Cool. First to react is Abe. You hear a weird rasping voice in the distance say something like, here? What? That sort of thing.
Okay, so I'm going to run ahead.
I thought you guys should be like nearby me, right? Or did you just watch me sink off?
Yeah.
When I did all that hand movement, I thought you were following. You just didn't. I mean, that'd be really funny if that was the case.
I kind of liked that. I didn't even give them a check to try to understand it. They just didn't.
Yeah, we'll just.
Right.
Okay, that's as far as I can go, right?
Where were you to start with?
If it's 30 feet, that's 30 feet.
Okay, if each square is 5, and if you moved the right number of squares, then that's where you got to.
Yeah, that's fine then. And I can't do much from this side. It's far away. Sorry, let me recheck.
Let me do the zoomed in view of this incredibly intimidating looking bone creature.
Sick.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I am going to use... Where is it? Sorry, I don't remember. Compel Duo.
Ooh. Okay, so range of 30
Yeah.
feet, that works. You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. They need to make a wisdom saving throw. Against your DC. What's your spell save DC?
Not 24.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not 24, but it's just good to know for future reference.
13.
Okay. For the duration, disadvantage on attack rolls, blah, 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 blah. If it succeeds, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn. The spell ends. Okay, cool. All right. So you watch the spell settle across this bone devil's form, and the shimmering yellow lights just get shaken off by its enormous bulk. Do you want to do something else with your turn?
No, that's okay. I don't think I can do anything. So.
And then the bone devil turns towards you and says, you want to focus your attention on me. Excellent. So that's the end of your turn, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Next up is Zenora.
I was nice knowing you guys.
You waving goodbye to the rest of your party?
Yeah.
Greg yells from the background, no, don't give up so easily.
Thank you, Greg.
Zenora's turn.
Okay. I'm going to say, feeling cold, not for long, and cast Fireball.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
All right, so they need to make a dex save. Oh, goodness. What's the rate? Could you tell me how big the radius is? It should be in the spell's description.
20 feet.
20-foot radius?
20-foot radius from the point.
Which point do you choose?
I choose a point so that no one else gets hit in the 20-foot radius.
Okay. All right, I'll say the point that you can see would probably be here. So that'd be 10, 5, 10. Oof, that'd be tricky. No, actually, I'll say you could probably like guess a little bit beyond it. So that'd be kind of like, yeah, so 5, 10, 5, 10. Yeah, I'll say you can do it, just because it's such it's such character growth for Zenoride to deliberately avoid hurting his party that I'm kind of glad.
That's the reinforcement.
Yeah. Okay, so dexterity saving throw against it fails, so it takes 38 fire damage. So as this enormous ball of fire detonates just beyond the bone devil's form, and it's engulfed in flames, you notice as the flames settle, it doesn't look damaged at all.
Oh, what? Fuck!
And it chuckles heartily to itself and says, "Oh, hello. You're the one I'm waiting for. Our master has said that he's ready to see you now."
Fuck you. I'm gonna feed you Greg before you get anywhere near me, bitch.
Oh, Greg sounds delicious.
Yeah, he is.
Is that the end of Zenora's turn?
Yeah, sadly.
Okay. Greg, the person I didn't actually remember to roll initiative for previously, but I just decided that was a character decision, is now going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is going to take out his heavy crossbow, which he has slung across his back, and attempt to fire. Ooh, with an 8, his bolt goes wide, hitting the wall that you can't really see amongst the mist. And he says, "All right, don't worry, Abe and Josa, was it? I'm right here behind you."
Josa, was it? You asshole.
You cock tease.
Crotch so that he remembers Josa.
Okay, next up is the Bone Devil's turn. You see the Bone Devil sort of stretch and stand up to its full height of about 10 feet. And as it stretches, you notice that the mist surrounding this area recedes with its presence. Sorry, that's not what I was trying to do. There. So you start to see that this is quite an elaborate throne room, and it has like a dais, a raised dais behind the Bone Devil, and even windows, like big stained glass windows to the north of you. And it's almost as if the mist is under the Bone Devil's control, or you surmise. then the Bone Devil is going to... It is going to step up to y'all, and it is going to attack... Firstly, Abe. So that's a 25. Does that hit Abe?
Unfortunately, I think it does.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's roll 1, 2.
At least I have 15 extra life points.
That's true. So the first one is 8 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Then it tries to claw you again for a 22, so I'm pretty sure that hits for plus 4. Oh, it's struggling. The next one is 5 slashing damage, and then it turns towards Joser and says, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
Ah,
Can I do a protection thing?
come on.
Oh, you totally can. So it has disadvantage on this attack. So that's a 20 and an 18. Does an 18 hit Joser?
It does.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yep.
Oh, you
So that's
tried.
going to be roll 2 8 plus 4. So you take 18 piercing damage plus 19 poison damage, and you need to make a
Whoa.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, wait a second. I've got advantage against poison.
Oh, really? Okay, so you
Yeah.
get to make the saving
Cool.
throw with advantage. So make a Constitution saving throw twice.
Okay.
Okay. You manage to save, so you take the damage, but you avoid being poisoned as you feel your immune system repel the poison. So basically, you would have taken the damage either way, but if you didn't make the save, it would have been worse.
Okay. So I'm pretty much dead.
Wait, no, you're next to me. I can heal you a bit next turn. I can give you like 30 hit points
Okay.
next turn.
Yeah. Joseph
I'm on it.
taking a. So it was a sting. Is that like his poisonous tail or something?
Yeah, it's got like a scorpion tail behind it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, that just like fucking
Fucking Xenomorph.
eviscerates me. And yeah, Joseph drops down to one knee. Because I was on the back of Dave, so I reckon it smashes me in the chest and poisons the shit out of me, and I go flying and scrape along the floor a little bit, and I'm pretty much dead.
Okay, you are incredibly hurt over there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Next up is Joser, as the Bone Devil says, "What? This isn't as satisfying as I wanted."
Sorry to disappoint. And I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him,
Okay, nice.
which I meant to do first level because second doesn't do anything, but oh well. And then I will attack with my bow and arrow.
Nice.
So that's the first one. 12.
Okay, with a 12, your arrow goes wide and
So wait a
actually
second.
breaks one of the stained glass windows to the north, and you see Greg go, "No, that was so expensive!"
I like Greg was involved in commissioning stained glass windows in his former
When was
life.
this place made? And then so I will attack again.
I dabbled as a glazier! Okay, cool. So what's your next attack? Okay, with a 13, the nervousness
So bad.
and most of your lifeblood pooling on the floor beneath you has caused you to miss with the next arrow, but this one goes wide into the ground, and Greg says, "Thank you!"
I was really hoping it would just smash another window. God, that's
You missed
two.
by so much that it couldn't even get to the window.
Yeah, fair enough. And I go, yeah, no problem, and cough up loads of blood.
There's a large pool of blood beside Joser and Dave. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Monty's turn.
Small friend! I run up behind Joser and do a big bear hug. And I cast Healing Touch.
Ooh.
Wait, no, I don't mean that. I mean Cure Wounds.
Sounds like the name of a Marvin Gaye single. Healing touch.
Healing Touch.
Oh wow. So
Yeah,
that is
26.
26 points of healing
Ooh.
Sick.
That's good.
All right, thanks.
as you feel the warm glow of freshly cut grass and fresh grains infuse you.
Mm.
I love being
so much.
infused with
With mulch.
all wheat, no
Yeah.
chaff.
Is that the end of Monty's turn? What else does Monty do?
Thank you.
That is indeed. That's it.
Okay.
I
Next.
drop you, put you down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next up is Abe.
Okay, if I move here, do I give him a attack of advantage?
Your icon hasn't moved for me yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, that's
Over
fine.
there.
You're still within his melee range.
Excellent. Then I'm going to move there so that I am next to the other two, well, three in case it's needed. And I am going to try and attack. Wish me luck, guys.
You can do it.
I believe in you.
So first
I
one
believe in you.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
and
Damn.
second one.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
With a 25, you hit definitively. The second one...
Still not.
Oh, wow. That's almost
Sick
like...
rolls.
With two 25s, each with 10 damage, which is the max damage roll. That's huge. So you see the mace glows with this orange color as it crushes one of the ribs of this skeletal creature, and it turns to you and says, "Ah, the challenge has arrived." Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
No, just go like, Josa, don't move away from me. I can't protect you if you keep on moving away. And that's it.
Yeah, Joseph says, "Don't worry, I'll..." and just coughs up like poison blood.
And then you see Gahakta Spider comes over to you as if you called him.
No, shoot.
Nice. It's Zenrai's turn.
I say through Gahakta Spider, stop confusing Gahakta Spider.
You see a tiny spider beside you say, "Stop confusing Gahakta Spider."
Oh, sorry, get happy, Spider.
Right, okay, so I'm going to try blasting him from back here because I'm getting nowhere near that thing.
Oh yeah, with a 16, your Eldritch Blast hits it, but unfortunately it hits one of the stronger pieces of its carapace and just glances off.
Let's try that shit again.
Ooh, with exactly the same roll, the bolt of energy hits one of its spiked spines, as you would presume a spine to be, on the back of it and just dissipates into force energy. And you see the skeletal creature squints its eye sockets at you in the distance and says, "Who is that over there? Come join us."
No.
I'm getting a deja vu of you and the black dragon hanging out in the stairwell. The stairwell that then became like an entire cylinder of acid.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that the end of Zenrai's turn?
Yeah, I turn to Gahakta Spider and say, I really hope this guy doesn't have acid breath. And that's it.
Nice. Cool. Next up is Greg. Greg is going to bravely charge ahead and say, "Don't worry, Abe. I am here." And he is going to attack with his greatsword. And the first one hits. Sorry, what was that, Joseph?
Yeah, nothing.
26 plus 3. Oh yeah, he does 8 slashing damage, and it seems to do like the appropriate amount of damage and cut into this creature, and then he's going to attack again. Oh yeah, with a natural 20, he definitely hits.
He's keeping up with his end of the bargain.
You see, with a 20 damage, holy crap. You see, with a greatsword in his hand, Greg is in his element. The heavy crossbow was definitely not his style, and he steps forward to deliver another crushing blow as the skeleton creature says, "Oh, I've smelled you before. You've been lingering in the city." And Greg says, "Yes, I have." And that is the end of Greg's turn. He's not really good with a turn of phrase. And now it's the Bone Devil's turn. So the Bone Devil is going to try
Really hope
to
he kills Greg.
He's gonna try to claw Greg, but with an 11, he glances off of his armor.
Going to protect.
Oh, you're gonna
I don't think
protect
you need
Greg. Okay, so with disadvantage, he misses on the first one, and I'll say he misses on the next one as well. So the claws have no effect on Greg, the armored sort of knight. And then you see the skeleton turns towards Abe and tries to sting you. And then you see Greg turns towards you, Abe, and points at you and says, "Don't worry, we can get through this." And you feel his leadership infuse you with the ability to have a chance at resisting this poison. So you can make your Constitution saving throw and add a D4 from Greg.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
So valiant.
Sorry, Constitution, right?
Yeah, so it's a
Trying to
Constitution
find it.
saving throw, and then you add a D4 to whatever you roll.
That one.
Ooh.
Did that go through?
Yeah, I did.
Ooh.
But now roll, I mean, it doesn't really matter. So then...
I'll
So
just do it for the heck.
even with Greg's leadership bonus, that wasn't going to help you. So the damage from that is
A mighty 1.
plus 4. You take 13 piercing damage, Abe, and then 17 poison damage.
Okay.
And let me know when you've added that.
Okay.
And
Done.
you feel the poison burrow its way into your system, but you should check your character sheet. I think paladins might have resistance to poisoning, so check maybe it's disease.
I think it's disease in my case.
Okay.
Disease.
So as the poison burrows its way into your system, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh.
Okay.
And you get the sense that that you can try to resist this next time your turn comes up, but at the moment it's got hold of you. Okay, cool. Excellent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see the Bone Devil look at you both and say, "Why aren't you dead yet? The poison should be crushing you from within."
Resilience.
Next up is Joseph's turn.
So yeah, Joseph wipes some more blood from his face and just streaks blood all over him. But has a second wind with the great healing he received, and tries to shoot this thing with his bow and arrow. So let's do that again. Maybe he can not be completely fucking useless this time.
Oh wow, the 29. You notice
D4 because of the hunter's mark. And so,
Oh yeah, do that.
sorry, but do an extra 1d6.
Nice.
That's the damage.
Well done. You notice the arrow takes it like in the clavicle and it is lodged there and it makes a grinding sound as it moves its arms because it's got an arrowhead in its shoulder joint.
Sweet. Let's try that again then.
Nice. With a 21, that definitely hits. This one hits the other shoulder joint and it's now making dual scraping noises.
Yeah, that went better than last time.
Nice.
Your poison means nothing to me, beast. And spits more of it out on the floor.
You see
And
it.
that's the end of my turn.
It replies to you and says, What are these small metal things? Are you trying to slow me down?
By the way, for saving.
Joseph says nothing.
Save. Yeah. I was just checking that I have a thing that is called Aura of Protection, and while I'm conscious, I grant all my friendly creatures, including myself, within 10 feet a +2 bonus on all saving throws.
Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Just because I know
that's
that we're
true.
dealing with poison.
We need to
Okay,
remember
so
that, yeah.
you can add, well, even if you added 2 to your 5 Constitution save, I don't think that would have helped Abe.
But I knew there was something that I had read about. I was
Nice.
like,
Okay,
check that up.
let's definitely keep that in mind. Okay, is that the end of Joseph's turn? So now it's Monty's turn.
Yeah. I run up just behind Abe here, and I touch Abe with some lesser restoration to
Ooh.
cure your poison.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Well, one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, which this is.
Okay.
So Abe is no longer poisoned. You feel your immune system suddenly have the strength to repel the poison suffusing it.
Tightly done, Monty.
Nice.
Tight. And I sit there just kind of flicking, going like, tight, as my turn ends.
And I
Nice.
say, thank you, friend.
I thought you were cavernous.
Monty,
I like to pretend.
do a performance check, Monty.
As I pretend to not be cavernous.
Well, that's not quite what the check is for, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, with a 14, you manage to make your tight gangster finger flicking seem slightly cooler than it is.
Oh, nice one, mate.
Tight.
You can also speak, interact with an object, take a health potion, anything like that. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, it is back around to Abe's turn. No longer poisoned.
Okay. I am going to, given that I'm going to take damage from this guy again, I am going to heal myself a little bit with my healing power, the lay on hands. So I'm going to touch my crotch because that is the place where...
That is Abe's branded magic method.
Healing patch.
Yeah. And I'm going to heal myself up
Healing
to
rub.
60. So up to full health.
Nice.
So it's 28.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think there's anything else I can do, and I think I'm within reach of everyone to protect if necessary, so I'm just going to stay where I am and go, be careful to Greg.
Greg's definitely going to die.
I hope Greg dies.
Yeah.
Next up is Zenerai.
I'm going to try again with a couple of blasts.
Oh, natural 20, but only rolled a 1 on your crit dice. But that is still a convincing hit as the bolt of force energy makes its way through the abdominal cavity of this creature.
Sweet.
Sick.
I do like a shotgun reloading motion.
With the 14 as your earlier roll, that bolt of force energy goes well wide and almost takes off Greg's head.
Oh, fuck, I missed Greg.
You see Greg turn around and say, "What? You're too far away, Zenerai. You're missing horribly."
I said, fuck, I missed Greg.
He remains silent. Is there something else you would like to do with your turn?
No.
Okay, next up is Greg, who turns worryingly over his shoulder before turning to the creature and saying, "You shall not occupy this holy throne room 1 moment longer." With a 16, he misses horribly. With a natural 1, he misses again. So 1d20. Oh, with a 19, he manages to make it look like a pirouette instead of the incredible miss with his sword that it was. And he says, "Don't worry, I'll distract him." Next up is the devil's turn. The devil is going to go over to... Staying within everyone's melee range, he's going to go over to Joza, who's been doing most of the damage to him. And he's going to try to claw Joza. So does a 23 hit? I believe it. Oh, yes, you're right. He has disadvantage, so that means a 14. Does a 14 hit Joza?
14 does not hit Joza.
Nice.
Ooh.
So he's gonna try and attack again, but he has disadvantage because the protect still happens. A 13 and a natural 1 misses horribly, and then he is going to try to attack Dave, who's too far for the protection, with a stinging attack. A natural 20. With a natural 20, Dave immediately falls to the ground. I will say, let's just find out the damage. 2d8 plus 4.
Oof.
11, and then there's going to be the poison damage. Do you have the constitution score for Dave? Actually, I can do that. Hold on.
I can find it.
Yeah, and then 15 poison damage. Dave's already on the ground, so it's just about whether he's poisoned or not. She's poisoned or not. So you see your treasured companion fall to the ground with a sickly green pallor.
So she's been poisoned as well.
Well, it depends on the constitution saving throw.
Con 10
Oh,
plus.
with a natural 1. She is very much poisoned.
Wait, she has another one for me. She has a +2 as well, which I don't think it will help with
That's true.
But,
If it wasn't a natural 1, it would help, definitely.
I'm sorry.
So you see Dave is very much down for the count and possibly beyond the abilities of, what's the word? What's the thing where you bring someone back to conscious? Well, yeah, something like that. Yeah, she looks in a bad way. Let's put it that way. Then
Joe's devastated. No!
And it is your turn next. You can continue the screams into whatever you want to do.
So I think Joseph will run over and see if he can wake Dave up and see how bad Dave is. So can that be like my move?
Your movement is fine. Make a medicine check. It's one of your skills. Okay, with a 17, Dave is poisoned, so you need to administer some kind of herbalism. Do you have anything in your equipment that resembles like a herbalism kit or a health potion or anything like that?
What a health potion?
Yeah. You notice with your 17 medicine check, you identify where the poison is, and you can pour you feel the correct course of action is to pour the health potion into that wound area.
Okay, yeah, I uncork it and upend it into the wound.
Nice. You see, that's
great.
I think it's 2d4. So roll 2d4 plus 1, I think. Oh no, yeah, it's 2d4 plus 1.
4d4 plus 4.
Oh, you've got a like a good health potion. I didn't realize. Is that the one that you have in your equipment?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. If you want to click that, it'll roll it for you. Oh yeah, 17. That's massive. So yeah, Dave comes back with full health and looks brighter and chirpier than ever.
Dave, I thought I'd lost you, and I kiss Dave on the mouth.
Okay, Dave looks uncomfortable.
And I give a little slap on the haunches and say, "Run to safety. I'll deal with this skeletal monster." And I'd like to sort of dash back a bit.
Oh yeah, show me where you want her to go to.
Yeah, like the corner, I guess.
Okay. Yep. As she moves, the skeletal creature takes an attack of opportunity on them, but with a 10, I think that misses the panther, right? Let's have a look.
I think so.
Actually, you have the details. What's their AC?
15.
Okay, yeah, that misses as the claw says, that rodent is living to fight another day.
Ha ha ha! And now you have to fight me instead. Take 2 more.
I'll say you did a bunch of things, so you could probably do like 1 attack.
Okay. So there you go.
Oh yeah, with a 24, you hit convincingly for 9 piercing damage.
And 1 sec, and Hunter's Mark, which I keep forgetting. Is it 4? 1 sec.
I think it's D6.
1d6. 6, sorry.
Oh yeah, with 5. You see another arrow finds its way into the tangled web of bone structure of this creature, and the creature says, "Why do you continue to bother me with these small pebbles?"
I can do this all day.
Next up is Monty.
Joseph, before you end, do you want to come back within range of protection, maybe?
Yeah. Can Joseph cartwheel over?
Yeah, totally. You can move within his melee range. That's fine.
The other thing is, your turn is before his next one, so you could always wedge yourself.
Joe.
That's another thing.
Then Greg is...
Joseph cartwheels over here.
Yeah.
Just for ease of visit, you can be right on top of Abe, but it's just easier for me to see if you're there. Monty, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to quickly say to Josie, you're still a bit ropey, right?
Oh yeah, we all fucked up.
Yeah, you. Okay. I'm just going to cast. I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Nice.
On Judah. You're just getting a little one though.
Nice. That is 12 hit points of healing.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Cheers.
Nice. Monty, what else? Would you like to do something else?
Yeah, I'm pretty much back up now, so thanks.
Sick. I just kind of generally gaze at the thing in admiration.
Gaze at the giant skeleton creature.
Of its low body fat percentage.
Yeah, as I'm kind of not really engaging with it violently, like I kind of just take the moment to be like, yeah, that would be a bad thing to fight.
Okay, as you're gazing at it longingly, Abe, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm checking.
I'm
Check
leaving
it
today.
You try to recast your dual thing, or is that still a one shot?
I'm going to attack with Mace of Warning because that did seem to damage him, and I can attack twice if I just attack.
Nice.
Do it.
Given that I can't protect the rest of you with protection in general, I'll do that
Fuck
first.
him up.
Oh, natural
Ooh.
20. It's a big hit.
Hey,
Carried by Abe.
Oh, fuck.
You strike into it with the Mace of Warning and it glows brightly orange, and then you hit again with a 24 for 9 further bludgeoning damage, as the glow of the Mace of Warning is illuminating the surrounding mist.
that was a good purchase.
Oh my god, sick. It's got roll hacks.
Serious roll hack.
Whole hacks. You see the skeleton creature looks around from side to side looking for exits, thinking, or appearing to think, ooh, this isn't good. And then it says out loud, ah, you feeble-minded rodent, I shall crush you soon.
Yay.
Is that the end of your turn?
No.
Yeah. I'm just going to stay where I am in range of everyone.
Okay, and that is Zenarai's turn.
So I say, you're not going anywhere until Greg is at least semi-conscious.
You mean semi-unconscious? He's very much conscious at the moment.
Semi-conscious.
Oh, okay. With a 14 and an
Not
11,
going well.
you continue to succumb to your subconscious desire to attack Greg, and each blast goes within millimeters of Greg's face. And you see Greg duck and look at you with a worried, pale look on his face that says, "We're on the same side. What is this?"
And I go, I'm so torn because I really want to kill both of them.
That was a good one. I'm glad we're close enough to make those sort of jokes.
Stop talking to me.
He just looks pale
Joe
back
says,
at you.
you get used to him.
You get used to him. Next up is
So yeah,
Greg.
that's what you said, Joseph. He totally had a boner when you were making out with Dave.
Next up is Greg's turn. 5,
What?
10,
Thank you. What are you talking
15,
about? I'll be
20.
like,
Greg is gonna sidle around the other side of the creature to get a flanking bonus with Abe and Joser, and says, I also went over here to get away from Zenarai, but I'm gonna get a good angle.
Thank you, Greg.
Why?
Okay.
Get a good angle on you later, Greg.
A 16 unfortunately misses, as the Bone Devil just hard exterior reflects the greatsword, and he's going to try and attack again. Oh, and that one just manages to hit, so he's going to roll his greatsword damage. Oh yeah, for 9 damage, you see this thing is starting to look definitely not as invincible as it once appeared. And Greg says, I think we've got it on the ropes.
Good, Greg. Good, Greg.
Next up is the Bone Devil's turn. So,
Greg.
the Bone Devil sees Monty and locks eyes with it, as the stare from Monty is almost impossible to ignore. And you notice for the first time that the Bone Devil can actually reach beyond its immediate radius, and it's going to try to claw Monty. But oh yeah, so it has disadvantage. No, I think you've already used your protect this turn. Or maybe we're on the new turn.
Isn't it when you go to turn? So
Yeah, it's 1 per turn.
when
Okay,
the-
so I haven't really decided where, who is the person in which the new round clicks over. But I'll say let's just make it the Bone Devil. So you can use that. So it's at disadvantage and it misses anyway. And now it's going to try and attack again. But with a 14, does a 14 hit Monty?
It does.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
wait, equal.
Equal, yeah. So on an equal, it does hit. So that's...
Sweet.
8 plus 4. So that's 6 slashing damage.
Alright.
And then it's going to try to... I think it's going to try to sting Abe because Abe has been doing a lot of damage to it. So that's a 23.
I've done nothing to you. I've done nothing to you, man.
It does hit. I think the crit does hit because I'm 20.
Okay, so that means... As you feel this enormous scorpion tail hit you in the middle of the chest, it's going to do 2d8 plus 4, so that's 15 slashing damage, and then 19 poison damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Plus 2.
And I get a +2 from myself.
Right.
You're having
Wow, because
real
I
extremes of rolls, like natural 20, 27, 27, and then natural 1. So you are in
So
fact
nice.
poisoned.
Anyway,
Poisoned again. So you take, what was it? So that's 34 damage from those combined attacks. And now you have disadvantage on attacks and saving throws until your next turn.
mm-hmm.
Okay. So the creature looks at you and says, "Dragon creature, how do you still stand?"
I am me.
It looks taken aback by your zen-like simplicity, and now it's Jose's turn.
So yeah, quite want to. No, I'll drop the. I'll put my bow on my back and draw my short swords out because he's right up in my grill now. So I'm going to try and like hack at one of his claws because I don't know, maybe he's a bit disorientated by swinging around to stab Abe with his tail. So now I'm going to try and cut his hand off. So can I do like a focused attack at trying to hack off?
To take off one of its hands? Yeah, I'll say you can try to cut off one of its hands, but it gets +5 to its AC because you're aiming for a specific area. So if you roll high enough, you'll manage to cut its hand off. But if you don't, then you would more likely miss.
Okay, how about this? I'm going to readjust because how about the tail has come around and gone to successfully spiked Abe with poison. So I'm going to try and chop the tail. I want to take the point of the tail off.
Okay, so the same thing applies. You can. It has 5 to its AC, but if you manage to beat that, then you cut it off.
Okay, let's try.
Ooh, with a 22 and a 13, you managed to do the damage that you've described, but... sorry, 7, 5, 9... Let me just do that first. You managed to slash into it, but it doesn't manage to cut off the stinger. You just do damage to it. And it looks at you worriedly and starts to eye the exits again.
1 sec, plus that for the 2 attacks from the Hunter's Mark.
Do you add a Hunter's Mark each time?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we figured that out. So
Yeah. Every time you damage, deal an extra 1d6.
So this thing looks like it's on death's door, but yeah, you did a good job. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Monty's turn.
Abe. And I touch Abe with... Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Yep, that's okay. My last spell slot. And cure poison again.
Nice. You feel the poison leave your veins again, Abe.
It's my zen.
Dope.
That's me.
Okay. Monty quickly dashes in there to sustain the powerful Abe. Now it's Abe's turn.
I'm going to attack with advantage, right? Because we have Greg behind.
Yeah, you're flanking, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to attack again with a Maze of Warning. Hope for the best.
Oh, actually, yeah, before we do that, Josie, you get to roll roll again for me because you would have had advantage from Greg too. So do another short sword attack.
Oh yeah, sure, okay.
After all the extremes.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that definitely worked out. So both hits hit, and actually with 5 to AC, yeah, the second one manages to chop the stinger off.
Yeah.
So you notice the stinger that has been like mostly killing you all hits the ground and starts to spurt like green fluid everywhere. And now Abe is gonna unfortunately miss the first attack. Go for the second one.
Oh no, it's there.
No, because it's with advantage, isn't it?
You're making a green fluid joke?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I just thought That was advantage. I thought it was the second attack. No, I thought it would just be quite funny if chopping off the stinger just gradually flooded the room with poison and it just hurt us all.
That would be quite funny. Oh yeah, with a 24 and a 24 for 9 bludgeoning damage, how do you want the Bone Devil to meet its end?
Nice.
Oh, sick.
Cool.
Curse you! I want him to curse us and die. A very slow, painful death.
Sick.
Okay, it starts to curse you as it collapses to the ground and its bones start to turn to ash, and it yells in the southerly direction, "You in the darkness, our master has not spoken the last to you. You will..." And then it dies.
Excellent, hey.
Oh, don't know what the hell that was about that anymore.
Guys, I think he was talking about Greg.
Yeah.
Nice, guys.
Spider.
Nice. You see,
So, Greg, are
Greg.
you coming with us? Dino. Wink,
What?
wink.
What? Sorry, say that again, Sheila.
So, Greg, are you coming with us in our journey now? Wink, wink.
I hope not.
You can make a persuasion check.
Let's see how bad my persuasion is.
Ooh, with a 10, he says, "Oh, I can't believe you defeated him. But I must. My place is here with Lord Edgar. But I'm sure he will reward you handsomely for this. This is truly a great service to the Proving Grounds."
Oh, I'm all out of friendship. I'm too tired of the friendship. That's very sad.
That you couldn't convince
Yeah.
And on that note, we will end the session, and you all level up.
Hey.
Yes.
Fucking
Devil
sweet.
levels.
I can Joseph run over and pick up the severed stinger of the monster and tie it around my waist as a token.
Yeah, you can add it to your trophies.
Cool.
I feel like that might actually be a useful one.
Yeah, not a weapon.
Well done, everyone. That was sweet.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
And
That's
thanks, Fraser, for staying up beyond the physical boundaries of your exhaustion.
No, I woke up when my hatred of Greg kept me going.
So quickly
it's like,
it turned.
We watched The Dark Knight last weekend, and it's just like that quote, like, "You complete me."
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.